We are live, Unoriginal FC back in the cut. Oh, United lose 2-1 away to Brighton. Last second, well, not last second, but last couple minutes of added time. Absolute dagger. Simon the Dingle with some brilliant play on the wing. Cheeky little dink to the left-hand side. Joao Pedro, free as hell. Free header. Don't know what the defence was doing. They fell asleep. But United only had themselves to blame. They only have themselves to blame. First half, even though we went a goal down in the first half, I don't think we played particularly bad. I thought, I was encouraged by what I was seeing by United. We were keeping a hold of the ball a lot more. And we looked threatening at times. The front line, to me, was probably the weakest part of our game. In the first half, at least, anyways. Because we'll find ourselves in dangerous positions, but too many times we found Ahmad or Rashford or Bruno just making the wrong pass, the wrong decision. Ahmad missed a brilliant chance in the first half that he should have put away. It was a brilliant cross from Delo. But Brighton weren't doing too much. Like the transition was on for us every time. Brighton were leaving us a lot of space, But again, our forward line, Rashford, Ahmad, not timing their runs well. Bruno, not timing their runs well. Getting caught offside far too many times. And that was a constant theme throughout the game. Yes, Brighton kept a good back line. They pushed up together very well to create those almost offside traps, right? But after a few times being caught out by Brighton's high line, you got to be a bit smarter and time your runs a bit better. And United just didn't do that. They just didn't do that throughout the game. And honestly, United should have won this game. They should have won this game. But even though you found yourselves in dangerous positions, they didn't make the most of it. There weren't too many chances that clear chances that we had, if we're being totally honest, right? And then Brighton, they go up the other ends. Matoma on the wing slides a ball in through to Danny Welbeck. Easy tap in. Maguire falling asleep. Maguire had a poor game today. There's a few times he got caught out. I saw James Milner show Maguire pace. I said, yeah, man. Yeah, bruv. Yeah, we're not doing this. And I'll be surprised if De Ligt doesn't start the next game. But Maguire, that was horrible for the first goal. Absolutely fell asleep. Didn't know where the ball was. It was you should have cut it out. Brighton going at half-time up 1-0. But even still, going into half-time, I'm thinking, you know what, there's something to build on in this first half. Like, it's not all doom and gloom. I'm going into half-time thinking, we can still win this game. We just need to pattern up when we get the ball in attacking areas. But the space is there for us. Brighton are not as good as, people make them out to be. Not in this game anyways. They weren't that great. They're leaving us space in behind. We can attack them. Second half, Mount comes off for Xerxes. Good move. And instantly you started seeing Xerxes just dropping in deep, linking up well, creating space for others. But I will say, Brighton also came out. Them first 10 minutes, I would say, first 5-10 minutes, Brighton came out with a bit of aggressiveness and they were starting to cause us a bit of problems, but that kind of died down and United got themselves back into the game. And Ahmad, bro, did we need that goal, man? We needed that goal bad. For you personally, Ahmad, we needed that goal, bro. We needed that goal because you was about to get hooked. Everyone knew Ahmad was getting hooked off 60th minute because he was having a poor game up until then. If we're keeping it a bean, he was having a poor game. Obviously, shout out to Ahmad. Listen, he just lost his stepmom a couple days prior. So shout out to Ahmad, you could tell there was stuff on his mind, man. May Allah make it easy on him. May Allah grant his mother the highest ranks in Jannah. You get me? So, obviously there were some factors that may have led to him having not the greatest game today. But listen, Mazraoui plays him in. He gets the ball on the right-hand side. He's driving, cuts in, hits it. It's on target, takes a deflection, goes in. Ahmad gets his first Premier League goal of the season. And boy, did he need that. And boy, did we need that. And at that point, you're thinking, okay, we can win this now. We're on the front foot. Let's go. Let's get it. Right? But again, it was the same sort of issues. Brighton with their high line. Brighton kept a very good line. And they pushed up together at the same time. The communication was on point. But yet again, Rashford, Ahmad, just not being a bit smart and keeping on sides. Not timing their runs well enough. Because listen, if they time their runs well enough today, even half the times they got caught offside, we're looking at a different outcome today. Because Brighton were leaving us space. But it was a common theme throughout the game. And then you see Garnacho warming up and you're thinking, right, is Ahmad going to come off? He's just back though. And the number goes up and it's number 10, Marcus Rashford. You're getting hooked. And personally, I was happy to see Rashford get hooked. Because he just hasn't done enough, man. He has not done enough. He hasn't done enough. There was a point in the first half today where I said, yeah, this guy might be cooked. He beat his man for the first time in a while. He beat his man and he had all the space to attack and he cut back, and I thought to myself, why? Attack the space. The old Rashford's attacking the space. If nothing else, he's attacking the space. But he didn't. And he gets hooked off for Garnacho. Garnacho comes on the left. And Garnacho looked a bit more positive. But whenever Garnacho did get on the ball, you could just see the quality weren't there, man. And that's my thing with Garnacho. Like, I like his energy. I like his directness. But for me, he just lacks quality. He lacks quality, man. He lacks quality. And yeah, he's young and that, but he lacks quality for me. Do you know what I mean? There was one instance where he got the ball and he faced up his defender, try hit a step over, and the defender's just standing right in front of him like, bro, you being serious? Nicks the ball off him, go up the other end. You know? Then United find themselves in a brilliant move. Ahmad gets the ball, he's driving. Bruno on overlap, lays off to Bruno. Bruno plays it across to Garnacho. Garnacho, he puts it in, but it's offside because Xerxes, who was lunging in to try to get the ball himself, the ball hits him just before it goes into the back of the net and Xerxes offside, cancels out the goal. And for me, I don't want to blame Garnacho per se, but when I looked at the replays of the finish, I thought, that's a poor finish, man. That's a poor finish. Because if Xerxes don't touch that, there's a big chance. That might hit the post and come out. For me, Garnacho's just got to slot that in. He's got to slot that in. For me, that's a poor finish. It's a poor finish, but it's unlucky. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to try and blame Garnacho too tough because, it's just unlucky, but he could have done far, far better with the finish if we're being totally honest, man. If we're being totally honest. And yeah, I mean, the game on from there it's a bit of ping pong. Mainu, for me, didn't have a great game today. I think he got overrun far too many times. Took too many touches on the ball. And for me, one thing that was annoying me about Mainu was how risk adverse he was with his passing. Like, there were a lot of times where Rashford or Mainu were free and acres of space on the wing. And Mainu, for me, I thought he's capable of playing that pass, a switch and play. And he wasn't. He just wasn't. He was playing a simple 5 yards. And cool, I get it. Obviously, you don't want to always just switch it. But Mainu never switches it. Mainu's always just ticking it. And I get it. You need that. But, bro, switch it up sometimes. It was starting to annoy me. But outside of that, he was getting overrun. He just didn't have the legs. Casemiro, for me, Casemiro was starting to slip back into some of the bad things we've seen last season, misplacing passes, pitch looking a bit ragged, and you see McTominay coming on. De Ligt comes on for Maguire. McTominay comes on, and you're thinking, okay, he's going to take off Mainoo. I'm thinking he's going to take off Mainoo. He hooks off Bruno. And listen, I'm not Bruno's biggest fan. I'm not. But when you're chasing the lead, when you're trying to win a game, you're not going to take off Bruno. Like, I'm not taking off Bruno. I'd have taken off Mainoo. But he takes off Bruno. And as you can imagine, we instantly get worse. Because McTominay, if you're asking McTominay to play as midfielder, good luck. That guy's horrific. He's a horrific footballer. Don't even know why he's still at the club. He's horrific. I don't even know how he's made at United this long, bro. He's horrible, and we just instantly got worse. Ahmad comes off for Anthony in the 88th minute. And when Anthony's coming on the pitch for Ahmad, I don't know about you, but I said to myself, yeah, this is either ending in a draw or we're losing because we're not winning this game. You're ending the game with Garnacho on one side, Anthony on the other side, McTominay in midfield, Bruno's off the pitch, Ahmad's off the pitch. Bro, we're done. We got progressively worse with each substitution. And once Anthony came on the pitch, we just weren't able to get the ball up to our final third at all. Like, we weren't able. And every time we did get the ball to our final third, we lost it instantly. And Brighton just got that confidence to just attack. And the game was done from there because it was all Brighton from then on. And Simon Adingra, corner, comes back out. Midfielder plays into Adingra inside the box on the right-hand side. Adingra stands the defender up, dinks it in far post, Joao Pedro, acres of space, free header, lack of communication from the defenders. Brighton 2-1, game over. And it's a tough loss, man. It's a tough loss because it's a game that United should have won. Brighton weren't particularly great. They weren't amazing, but they beat us. They got the last minute dagger. Things that we usually do to other teams, but hey, you win some, you lose some. I mean, it wasn't a worst performance for United, but it was a bad loss. Especially when it's a game you should be winning. It's a bad loss. Yeah. Not much else to say, to be honest. Yeah, that was a bad loss, man. On to Liverpool next week. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Unoriginal FC, over and out.